Life Below Water by Torres and Brandon Delossantos.
An overview of life below water. We are going to discuss some of the things our sustainability goal is tied to, some of the major problems associated with this, and some solutions to resolving these problems. What's tied to life below water? There are many things that are tied to life below water, especially when it comes to how it affects us as humans and how what we do has a major impact on it. Water and the marine life within it has been a major resource to humans since the beginning, and we will always be in need for it. We must take this problem seriously.
Oceans cover 70% of the Earth's surface. Over 3 billion people depend on marine ecosystems to make their livings. Oceans contain nearly 200,000 species that we know of, but there may be millions we haven't discovered yet. Water is valuable for plenty of reasons, and a few of these are: water stabilizes global temperature. For example, outside of Earth's equatorial areas, weather patterns are driven largely by ocean currents. It also acts like a conveyor belt and transports warm and cold water to and from the poles. Oceans produce more than half of the world's oxygen, absorbs 50 times more carbon dioxide than our atmosphere, and 15.7% of the world's consumption is fish.
Leading causes of water pollution. Plastic and trash. An estimated 14 billion pounds of trash is dumped in the world's ocean every single year. Fish, seabirds, sea turtles, and marine mammals get entangled by nets that get thrown out, and they digest plastic debris, causing them to starve, suffocate, and even drown.
There have been many cases where fishermen cut open the fish just to find the stomachs full of plastic and trash that they cannot digest. Other animals wash ashore with plastic covering them or protruding from their mouths. A lot of sea creatures confuse the plastic to food, because when bacteria and algae cover the plastic, it gives off a distinct smell.
Chemical spills from industries. The oil and chemicals released into our coastal waters kill and destroy habitats and wildlife, contaminating critical resources in the food chain. These spill causes fisheries navigation routes to shut down and can last for decades. About 760 million gallons of oil is dumped in the ocean every year. The incident at the Gulf oil spill killed about 25,900 marine animals.
Ocean warming. Coral reefs are dying, doesn't produce the oxygen needed to survive, causing an unbalanced ecosystem.
According to the World Wildlife Fund, a small increase of 2 degrees Celsius would destroy almost all existing coral reefs.
Other causes. Overfishing. Overfishing can weaken and destroy the environment and disrupt the food chain, reduces the harvest of targeted fish, endangers marine species, and if the food chain is disrupted, it causes a domino effect on all living organisms.
High levels of mercury. This also affects the food chain because mercury from volcanoes, coal plants, as well as mines leak mercury into the air that later rain down into the ocean and then follow up the food chain from smaller to bigger fish.
Whale and shark finning. Sharks serve as an indicator for ocean health. They usually go after the sick and weak and slower fish populations, which keep the food web healthy. Approximately 100 million sharks are killed each year, and 16,000 whales have been killed each year for the past 83 years. All of these effects could increase the pace of climate change.
A few solutions to the problem. Participate in beach cleanups, support organizations addressing plastic pollution, stop the use of disposable houseware or kitchenware and switch to reusables.
Solutions continued. How to prevent overfishing. Implementing proper fishing management practices and increase the number of the fish in the ocean by 50%. Factors that lead to overfishing are too much fishing capacity, destructive fishing techniques, and weak fishing limits.
Strategies that rebuild fish populations. Control number and sizes of fishing vessels. protect critical areas from fishing, and require science-based catch limits.
Oil spill solutions. Know your equipment. Increase number of inspections on daily used equipment. Have the proper cleanup equipment handy and make sure it works. And use double hull ships for safer transportation.
These pictures on the side indicate what a double hull transportation is. As you can see on the first one, this only has one lining on the ship from an oil spill, and the double hull has two linings in case of an oil spill, which helps for less of a spill. In conclusion, we must come together to make a change. Millions of marine lives are killed every year by ocean pollution, as well as their habitats destroyed. Certain species have been pushed to extinction because of these problems.
Plans like recycling and going green are not enough to make the change if we do not all come and do our part. Most of our problems are man-made. We should respect our marine life and do what we can to keep them thriving as they do for us.